Are you a football fan? Have you ever found yourself wondering, what in the world was that ref thinking? Well, Mike D, the referee, is here to help you. Join me on Whistle Talk as I talk to professionals on the field and in the booth to help you understand what is going on inside the mind of a football official. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Whistle Talk. Mike D, the referee, coming at you from a sunny New Jersey. Don't get to say that too often these last couple of weeks here in December. Coming to you Christmas Eve morning. So Merry Christmas to all that are celebrating Christmas. If you're watching the video, you could see me here in my I tried finding a Santa hat that represented referees, so you could see the black and white striped Santa hat here, but I was basically told I either look like Ebenezer Scrooge or I look like a convict. Got my striped Christmas hat on today for the Christmas Eve episode, so once again, Merry Christmas to all that are celebrating. Before we dive into today's episode, today we got a good video episode. I want to say once again, if you are enjoying the show, please hit those like, subscribe buttons, comment below, hit any follows, or share an episode that you might like. Hopefully this is one that's going to really kind of get your mind going and get you thinking there. Also, you can head over today. We're going to be watching a couple of videos, so you can go to my YouTube, youtube.com/at Mike D the referee, and you can go and you can watch the episode. And if you're interested in helping support the show, all the support does help. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/Mike D the referee, and you could buy me a coffee, buy me a beer, buy me a bourbon if you so choose so. But if not, I just appreciate those likes, those comments, those shares. Those are more of the appreciation things that I am looking for. And also, lastly, be sure to check out our friends at battlefieldstoballfields.com. They got some great things going on with some scholarships, looking to get other officials or newer officials involved in the officiating world, keep growing our sport here this holiday season. So make sure to jump on there and take a look at the Battlefields to Ballfields website. So with all that fun stuff being said, now let's get into the nooks and crannies of our Christmas Eve episode here. This past Thursday, we had a pretty crazy play happen on our NFL game, the Thursday night game between the Seahawks and the Rams. Basically, to set it up for you, it was about 6 minutes left in the game, and the Seahawks had just scored a touchdown to bring it to a 30-28 score at the time. So they were going for their 2-point conversion. And we had a pretty crazy play that started going a little nutty and viral all over the internet. So what I did is I reached out to a couple people. I pulled up a couple sources that we're going to talk about. Gave a call to a couple of friends that I have that are involved with the NFL as in retired capacity, and try to pick their brains to find out exactly how this call did play out. And ultimately, the correct call was made in this scenario. So hopefully today we'll try to explain it a little bit further, so that we can talk about the nuances and, well, just exactly what happened here. So let me pull up the play first, and we're going to kind of pass this over to, to our gentleman here on Prime Video here. So here's the play. So again, 6:23 left, 30-28, our 2-point try here by the Seahawks.
As you go that way, 3 receivers to the left. Quick throw here and into a lot of traffic and incomplete. Man, there was a whole traffic jam on the left side.
So basically what you have is you had a trips formation to the bottom of the screen, and Zach Charbonnet, the running back, was split out in a receiver, and he kind of short motioned in towards Sam Darnold, the quarterback, who then threw what initially looked like an incomplete pass that was batted down by the defense. The ball rolled into the end zone, and Zach Charbonnet just picked the ball up, all kind of looking innocent, like more out of almost disgust, in essence, that the play got stopped, and now they were still down by 2 points. And then they continued to go and get ready for the ensuing kickoff, and it went to replay. And it comes back, and the head official, Brad Allen, comes back and, basically says that the call's been overturned, and the 2-point try is successful. So this had everybody going nuts. Sean McVay, coach of the Rams, was unhappy with it, and a lot of people were very confused by what the ruling was. So let me pull this screen off here. I'm going to stop sharing that. Come back to me in my Ebenezer Scrooge hat. And so I got this play kind of broken down. I made some clips on Huddle here, and I want to show that, and then we'll talk about the nuances to it. So got some great different angles here, and this one is going to be an overhead view, and you could see this is right before the ball is being thrown. So we got an overhead view, got Sam Darnold basically standing with his back foot on the 5-yard line, front foot on the 4-yard line, nice straddle, but where the ball is basically at the 4-yard line. And now as we play this, and I'm going to kind of just let it go a little slow, you see the release of the ball basically at the 4.5 or 4-yard line, and then it deflects right there off of the defender's helmet, almost at the 5-yard line. And now we're going to go to the next clip. You're going to see that where the running back is, he's at almost the 6-yard line. So in order for this play to be completed, this has to be a backward pass. It's a backward pass now that deflects off of the defender's helmet. And I'm going to let this one play out because you're going to see in the background, and I kind of got them highlighted, you see the official here signaling a deflected ball. He's not blowing his whistle. He's not signaling anything else. He's not signaling incomplete. He's signaling a deflected ball. So proper mechanics are there. And now the ball rolls into the end zone, and you see Charbonnet just walk over and casually just pick the ball up. And once again, here's another from behind view. The angle, doink, right off the helmet. Rolling forward, there's the signal for the deflection. And now we got the recovery on a continuous motion, the recovery in the end zone. So I want to go back to that overhead view. So here I got a little line drawn that you could see, well, basically the trajectory of the pass. So here's where we're going to determine, okay, we have a backward pass, not a lateral, ladies and gentlemen. There's no such thing in the rule book as a lateral. You got a forward pass or a backward pass. And a backward pass is also considered, and for those teams that are options out there, the pitch, anything that is basically parallel to the line of scrimmage is going to be considered a backward pass. So I know we do talk about the if-thens and different things like that, or when in doubts. But this one, with the replay system that they have readily available to, well, there's really no doubt. It's a backward pass. So kind of let it play here. You're going to see now we go slow where the ball starts. I got that circled there. And now slow motion to right there of where the contact is made by the defender. And you can see the trajectory of the ball is going backwards. And then here you see running back without stopping, just again, walks over, picks up the ball. So let's break this down. Let me get out of this screen here. And what we have, in essence, and what was finally ruled, is that we have a backward pass that was deflected forward and then recovered in the end zone for a successful 2-point try. How the heck did we get there? First thing, we got a backward pass. NFL has some rules in place for fumbles that apply on 4th down, that apply under 2 minutes, that also apply on a 2-point try. All 2-point tries, no matter what time of the game it is. And that states that if the ball is fumbled forward, the ball gets returned back to where the fumble occurred, which NFHS rules now, we have that if the ball is fumbled out of bounds, we're kind of doing the same thing. We're bringing it back to where the fumble happened, not where the out of bounds spot is. But Now we got to go back to rule 2. This isn't a fumble. This is a backward pass and in essence a muff. This is a loose ball play. Okay? It's not a fumble. Because it's not a fumble, we got a muff that is then forward and recovered in the end zone. So we have a successful 2-point play. So we got to go back to our definitions. Okay? A fumble means somebody had possession of the ball and was dispossessed of the ball. With this loose ball play, it's a muff that is then recovered in the end zone. So because it's not considered a fumble, because it's considered a backward pass that is deflected and moved forward, we got a successful 2-point try. So I want to go to, and I'm going to pull up Terry McAuley. Terry McAuley was the analyst that was on this game. So I'm going to pull up, here we go. So this is from Terry McAuley's. Let me go back to sharing my screen here. This is from Mr. McAuley's definition that he has some cited. We got two things that we want to look at here because there is also then the whistle. So running, diving, or throwing your body against. I pulled up the wrong one. Whoopsie. Let me go back. Okay. So, got it right here. When a backward pass is ruled forward and incomplete, replay can reverse if there is a clear recovery in the immediate continuing action. We had all that. The recovering team is then awarded the ball at the spot of recovery, not at the spot of dispossession or muff or fumble, whatever term you want to use incorrectly. So whether a whistle is blown or not, now here's where it really gets fun. Whether a whistle is blown or not makes it completely irrelevant. And now I want to pull up the second part here. This is from 2023. He posted this in 2023. So it's a little football rules PSA, he says. Allow me to provide insight into what I believe is the most misunderstood aspects of officiating rules. The whistle is irrelevant to the ruling in every situation unless it is erroneous in the NFL or inadvertent in college. And in non-erroneous situations, it is simply used to alert everyone that the official has acknowledged that the play is dead. In the specific cases, and again, this is now we're talking specifics, in the specific cases of fumbles or backward passes, when incorrectly ruled down by contact or incomplete forward pass, respectively, replay rules allow the ball to be awarded to the recovering team if that recovery is in the immediate continuing action. We had that. We had all of that. So a lot of people are saying that that official blew the whistle up top. Now, I don't know if that official did blow the whistle on the top of the screen that I showed, but I do know that they gave the tip signal. The tip signal, again, proper mechanics on that. If the official did blow the whistle, well, right there, Terry McAuley has explained it to us that it doesn't matter. Because it was in a continuous action, there was no pause. The ball wasn't dead, meaning the ball didn't stop moving. We still have a successful 2-point play. So we got that one. And then I've got now from my friends at Football Zebras, I'm going to share this. This is from written by Mark Schultz. This was actually just written not even 12 hours pre this recording. Mark was a guest on my show a while back. Does a great job. You can see their 1st and 25. I was just on one of their episodes, so go check that out too. So good guys there. But he breaks it down here: forward pass, backward pass. All 2-point conversion plays are subject to review, so there's no need to challenge. So we don't even have to worry about that. So the first question here is whether to determine if the pass was a forward or backward, and replay was clear that it's a backward pass. Even though the Ram player batted the ball forward, the direction of the bat doesn't matter. It's the initial direction of the pass. That's where the focus point has to be. So a backward pass is a live ball. No issues with that. We all kind of understand that. Now it talks about the whistle. When the officials incorrectly ruled that the pass was forward, they blew the whistle while the ball was rolling into the end zone. Again, I can't see that from the angles that I have. I'm going to take everybody's word for it because it did come out. And Zach Charbonnet picked the ball up while it was in the end zone, which is important as the play went to replay. And normally this would be an inadvertent whistle rule, 15-2-3. But when the on-field ruling results in a dead ball, score, down by contact, incomplete pass, the following replay reviews, it'll be determined possession was lost before the ball should have been ruled dead. Possession may be awarded to the player who clearly recovers the loose ball in an immediate continuous action. Loose ball that touches out of bounds is deemed a clear recovery by the player who last possessed it. So we got immediate continuing action. So we got that. We're still good. As the officials were blowing the whistle, Charbonnet picked up the ball in the end zone. The ruling was a backward pass, live ball deflected, picked up by the offense, successful 2-point play. So it's a crazy play. There's no denying that. There's no doubting that. But when we break down the rules and we think about it, it was ruled correctly. Now, optics-wise, it took a while. People are always complaining about that. But now we got Kevin Seifert here. The NFL installed a system to correct mistakes because everybody hates when mistakes can't be corrected. But then people hate when the correction does happen and it works against them. Games are decided by a mix of accomplishments and mistakes produced by coaches, players, and officials every time. So this article here by Mark Schultz, and you can find this at footballzebras.com, it breaks everything down. They made the right call. Did it look great? No. But when you watch that in live action, the players didn't know it. The players continued on. You kind of see the players just almost walking off the field in essence. And it was a good play. Charbonnet picked up the ball, successful 2-point play. Now that game eventually went to overtime. And the Seahawks eventually won the game, again on another 2-point play. But that tied the game up. The Rams had opportunities to win the game. Seahawks had opportunities to win the game. That's just one play. But it was a very controversial play because of, well, the optics of it. It was a backward pass, deflected by a defense, forward, continuous recovered, successful play. End of story. So just wanted to kind of clarify that. Hopefully I was able to make that a little bit easier for everybody to understand. It is Christmas Eve, so I don't want to keep people away from their families, but if you are traveling for the holidays and you're listening, once again, I appreciate everybody. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Have a Merry Christmas all. Please be safe. I will be coming back to you with one more episode on New Year's Eve morning, so we'll have one more shortened episode like this. But again, for all that are out there, be safe. Happy holidays. Thank you once again.